Hey there, Instagram friends. It's Irene here. I have not done a live video, or really a lot. I haven't done a lot here recently. It's been pretty darn busy, but I had some thoughts today, and if you have been watching my Insta stories, you know I am ramping up and promoting my next live workshop here in Vancouver with my good friend Elia.
Please fly away. You can wiggle the fingers. It's good to be silly. And bring the fingers back down into the hands, into the body. And open up, open up, open up.
The reason why this getting into the body, getting into the movement, getting into the essence of what it means to be a real human animal, the reason why it's so important, it really was top of mind today because I was speaking and teaching to my Smart Body, Smart Mind members, people that are in my 12-week program. And the thought of, or the idea of the psyche and the physiology came up, and the importance of both. And what I've come to notice is that when our psyche overrides our physiology and the need for it to express very primal emotions such as anger, disgust, rage, feel fear, but not fear it. So when the psyche overrides the physiology, we get into trouble. And a few weeks ago, I posed a question or a concept, which was, is it possible that everybody can heal? And I've come to realize in my work that yes, everyone can, but not everyone will. And it comes down to the psyche and the physiology, and both of those dancing together, and the system, your system, being able to tell when you have to let the physiology take over and have the psyche like sit on a shelf, or when the psyche needs to take over and when you let the physiology sit on the shelf. There are many ways in which we can look at this, and I'm not going to dive into it right now, but suffice it to say that as human systems, as human beings, we have to remember that not only are we this creative mind, creative energy, spirit, soul, we can invent, we have so much good stuff going for us up in this higher neocortex of ours, and we also have got some pretty strong survival wires, survival nervous system wires within our system that will run the front of our bus, so to speak, if they are revving all the time. Those are the fight, flight, freeze mechanisms. And I was teaching my students this today in our training call, hence the scratchy throat. And what's really important to understand is we need to be able to understand both. We need to learn about both of them, the psyche and the physiology. And we need to get to a point in our healing where we can truly let go of our psyche so that we can let the physiology do the work, but also have the inner and outer witness to know when our physiology is taking us over, and then we want the psyche to come in. So one example would be the mom, the dad that just has to go to work and provide, or whether it's providing for children or providing for themselves. Sometimes you just gotta drive and not let the physiology win. That might be pain, that might be fear, that might be shut down, so that we can bring in what we need to survive. So sometimes we do need to bring will into the system to work, to do things. The flip side of that is sometimes we go too far on the end of that spectrum and we neglect the physiology, the body, and what it's saying. And so then the psyche kind of kills everything from the neck down and from the thighs up. Trauma, toxic trauma, early developmental trauma, all the stuff that I teach and talk about it masks our capacity to know what's what. So part of the journey, part of the essence of learning the language of the nervous system and all that connects to it is being able to differentiate and distinguish the difference between the psyche, the physiology, how they need to work together, and when you allow one of those pieces to take the stage, center stage, so to speak. Hope that makes sense. So feel into these things and learn from me, learn from another somatic practitioner. Doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure that the persons or the people you learn from see both the mind, the psyche, really it's the psyche, the mind, and the physiology, the survival impulses, is equally the same. One is not more important than the other. I'm about to release an interview with my main mentor, Kathy Kain, who is one of the leading aficionados, if you will, within the world of healing trauma at the nervous system level, the somatic level, really working with early trauma, developmental trauma. And she says, and she has said many times, and she's learned this from her mentors, that the brain is an end organ. While we put so much focus on the brain and mental fitness and mental health, if our physiology, if our survival physiology is out of whack, if it's on high, or if it's on low, the entire system can't work properly. So we really need to work with it. Second piece, which comes back to the first thing I was mentioning, I'm going to be talking up and giving you guys insight into why I love working in person with people, with movement, with function, with my other skills as a Feldenkrais practitioner. I partner up with a very good colleague, friend of mine, dancer, mover extraordinaire, Elia, and we're doing our one workshop this year in August in Vancouver here, British Columbia, Canada. And it's an opportunity, a 3-day opportunity to get in the body, get in the physiology, drop the psyche a little bit, and not only be with yourself, but be with others. And thus far, we've been doing this work for about 3 years. He and I, collectively, we've been doing work for probably 40 years. It's a really good time. It's a good way to retreat, feel, be, and work with both psyche and physiology. So hopefully, if I don't see you live, we will see you on Instagram. Be sure to check me out on Facebook. I got lots of YouTube videos over on YouTube. Just look for Irene Lyon and you will find me. But my website's the best way to find all that info. Take care. We will talk to you later. Bye for now.